Hi Brooklyn, I'm Stephen Almond, a private chef for the Tri-Borough area, and this is Chef Roulette. We're headed to Brooklyn Fair to pick out the 5 secret ingredients that you guys have for me today. Let's get shopping. All right, so our secret ingredients for today, we got scallops, fava beans, trumpet mushrooms, Comodos, and it looks like we got some mango in here too. I see fava beans right over here, so let's get started with that. All right, so our first ingredient we're picking up are the fava beans. You want to pick something that's a nice bright green color, not too bulbous. They tend to go a little bit light after their yield, so grab enough to get the whole family involved. So it looks like we found the trumpet mushrooms. You're gonna make sure to pick something that's not too dry. I think probably 3 should do us for today. We got the tomatoes here too. Here's our Comodos. It's a nice tomato, looks really good, kind of like an heirloom color, and then it's a little bit sweeter in the flavors. How about your scallops? They good today? Let me get about 6 or 7 of those. Make them some nice fat guys. Beautiful. You too, buddy. All right, we got mangoes here. When I'm picking mangoes, I like to squeeze them, feel how soft they are. This one seems right nice in the middle, so we'll go with that one. Hey guys, we're at Brooklyn Foodworks, a fantastic new place for any kind of budding culinary artist, offering industry experts for advice, educational events, and a state-of-the-art kitchen. Let's see what we got. So we got some scallops. Next, we got some fava beans, some trumpet mushrooms, Comodo tomatoes, and then lastly, we got a nice ripe mango. So I've decided that we're gonna make a ceviche dish with the scallop, but also in accordance with that, we're gonna do one of my favorite dishes for dessert, black rice pudding. So with the fava bean, you're gonna take this and just pull it down like a little zipper, open it up, and then you find all your little beans inside. Think about these, you peel them once and then you gotta peel them again, but before we do that, you're gonna have to take these and blanch them in some water. So what I'm gonna do with these guys, we're gonna peel them down, marinate them in a little bit of oil, and then roast them off so they get a nice flavor to them. The trumpet mushroom is a little bit more woody and can take on a lot more flavors since it's a little bit more porous. So we'll dress this up with a little bit of olive oil, some salt, throw it in our sheet pan and let it roast up. I've set my oven to about 400, and we'll let it go for 5 to 10 minutes. The next thing that we're gonna break into are the Comodo tomatoes. So with these tomatoes, they originated in Spain and they have a little bit sweeter of a flavor. And we're gonna wind up bruleeing them. So we don't really do a whole lot, but we kind of bring out that sweetness. So it looks like our water's boiling for our favas, so let's go ahead and blanch them. You only want to let your favas go for about 30 seconds just to help open up that peel so you can get them out. So again, we're blanching our fava beans. It helps get that outer shell off. We're going to drain them off, let them cool a little bit, and then pull this outer casing off to give us the meat inside. If you start at the top, you break that little top end nipple off, you can get this guy, which gives you all your meat. So with this, I'm going to make a gremolata. With that, we're gonna have a little bit of citrus juice, a little bit of citrus zest, and some different herbs that I picked from my garden this morning. So we're gonna continue to clean our fava beans. Once we have it set up, we're gonna go on a nice little chop of these guys. We'll add that into our bowl. So for the mango, we're gonna leave that pretty much raw. A peeler is generally your best way to clean up a mango. Some people prefer to use knives, but I find you get a lot better yield when you use a peeler. Then we have some citrus zest that I peeled out right here. We're gonna give a really nice fine brunoise on this. Add it to our salad, and then we'll add a little bit of olive oil, salt, and a dash of citrus juice just to brighten it up a little bit. I grew up cooking from a very early age. It was how I got to stay home alone in the summers. But aside from that, my mom was really into food. I grew up in the South where everything was about food. Funerals, weddings, birthday parties, whatever it was. You were only as good as your dishes that you had there. Take this basil, a little bit of our parsley, give a little bit of olive oil, some salt, and we'll squeeze a lime in there just for some good flavor. Give that a stir. We're gonna let that marinate until we have our final dish ready. So next we can move on to our scallop dish. So when you have your scallops, you're gonna find a little foot on the end. This part's really tough. It's not inedible, it's just kind of not nice to eat. So we're gonna take all those, we're gonna peel them off and get them nice and clean. Since we're gonna do a quick ceviche, I'm gonna go ahead and score these on top. So you just wanna do a very light incision, do a crosshatch, and it lets all that citrus juice that we're gonna put on really get in there. So we'll take our scallops, set them down in the bowl right here. I like to use lemons and limes for my ceviches, but it's nice to also incorporate an orange for a little bit of sweetness. So we have our scallops in here. We're gonna give them a little toss, add a little bit of the olive oil in there, and we're gonna let those set up. While we got that going, let's go ahead and check on our mushrooms again. So yeah, these dried up really nice, kind of like I wanted. So now we're gonna go ahead and brulee our tomatoes. I have a turbinado sugar right here. We're gonna give a nice coat on each side. Use our torch. So brulee is just French for burnt. So what we're gonna do is with our sugar, we're just gonna caramelize it. So you wanna go until you start seeing a nice dark color. And in the end, you'll have a really nice crust. So let's build the dish. We're gonna take our nice little trumpet crisps, have a nice little mound of the fava bean gremolata for our scallops to sit on, and sit them on top. I feel like we got kind of the sweet, savory, salty, everything in there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of togarashi on top just to give a little bit of heat. Togarashi is an Asian spice of ground up red pepper and a couple other spices. You can find it at any basic Asian supermarket. Okay, so now that we have our first dish done, we're gonna move on to the black rice pudding. So you wanna take your rice. We got about a cup and a half here. I'm gonna throw that in. And then you wanna do 2 to 1 on water. We're gonna put that on a medium-high heat. Give it a little cover, and we're gonna let that go for about 14 minutes. Check it, see about how much the water's gone down. Then we'll uncover it, cook it maybe for about 10 more, and see the consistency of the rice. Don't worry about black rice, because you can always drain off some of the water. So next, we can go ahead and get on our coconut milk, which is gonna be for our dessert. With this, I like to take the coconut milk, warm it up a little bit, and then steep it with a pandan leaf. So pandan leaf is from the forests of Thailand. It gives it kind of an earthy background. We have our coconut milk, we have our heavy cream, and we're gonna just start our pan off on a low flame. So this is the coconut milk that we steeped it with the pandan leaf, pulled it out, add in some of our black rice, Add your heavy cream. So we're gonna add some sugar, some salt, and let that cook down a little bit. In the end, it's a very beautiful dish for you to have for dessert. And there you go, a great little Asian dessert. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Steve.
I hear you're gonna be tasting all my food today.
I'm excited.
Awesome, me too.
This looks amazing. Presentation is everything to me, and already I'm excited to eat it.
Oh, well, good.
All
I'm
right,
glad.
let's
Enjoy.
go. Thank you. All right, let's try a scallop here. Kind of nervous. It's very mild in flavor, melts in your mouth. Let's try the mango here. It's very sweet and sour, very zesty and tangy, which I love. The scallops, very smooth in texture. Okay, let's try the dessert. That is so good. That's really amazing. It's very sweet and subtle. It's really amazing.
Once again, I'm Stephen Almond and this is Chef Roulette. Thanks for watching.
Boom, 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 boom.